Hi guys, so welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and start math class now. Miss Acosta, if you could go ahead and on the attendance sheet that I left for you, just check off who is here for the math meeting. If you want to call out the student's name and have them unmute their mic and just say here, so I know who came back for today's math meeting. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started today, guys. So for math class today, we're going to be starting a new topic this week, and we'll get to talk about it more tomorrow and throughout the week. But our new topic is going to be money. All right, so everyone knows what money is. Everyone has touched money at least one time in their life, right? And your parents have it. You see it maybe at the house, right? Change laying around the house. So I want you to take a few seconds to think about this question. What do you know about money? Okay, take a minute to think everything that you could possibly think about money. All right, when you have your ideas, when you've thought through it, go ahead and show Miss Acosta a thumbs up in the camera. All right, and then Miss Acosta, after about a minute, go ahead and start calling on people who have their hands raised, using the raise your hand tool to share out what do you guys know about money. All right, so we can go ahead, pause the video here, and you guys take this think time. All right, guys, so hopefully you had a lot of cool things to share that you know about money, right? We can spend it, we can save it. It comes in different types, right? We can use coins, we can use cash, dollar bills, we can use cards, right? Lots of you know that your parents have cards. You might get money for your birthday as a gift. You can work for money, right? Lots of different things about money. So maybe you discuss some of those things. I am not too sure what you guys are discussing right now, but hopefully you had a good discussion. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Okay, guys, so I want you guys to take some notes on what we're going to do here. Let me see where I should put myself. All right, that looks good. So we're going to talk about coins today. All right, we're going to look at these different types of coins that we have listed right here, and we're going to take some notes on it. So if you guys can go ahead and grab your notebooks, your math notebooks, and open to a clean page, and you're going to title this page Coins, okay? All right. If you need to pause the video, that's fine. Make sure everyone has out their math journal and a pencil or something to write with. Okay, guys, so I'm going to have you just write down what are in these two columns right here, the value and the name. Okay, and I put a red box around it. So the first one that you're going to write down is the penny. Okay, I know those columns are kind of switched around, but you can do one column with the names and then one column with their value. Make sure that you put, I'll move this over a little bit. Make sure you put the columns that says name, right? And then you have one column with the names and values, one column with all the values, and write them next to it. I know this is switched around, so you just flip-flop those columns. All right, so this is the penny. The penny is the only coin, right, that is copper, and it is worth 1 cent. So that is also written as 0.01 if you see it like on a receipt. If you owe 1 cent, which I don't know what would cost 1 cent, but you would see it 0.01. Maybe you owe $1 and a cent, so then your 1 would be in front, $1.01. Okay, and this is called a penny. We've all seen a penny before. All right, this next one is called a nickel. That's the name that you can write down. And this one is worth 5 cents, and you might see it written 0.05. All right, the next coin we have is a dime. And a dime is a little different because even though the penny, right, the penny is small and then the nickel is a little bit bigger, our dime is actually smaller. So don't get confused. Even though it's a smaller coin, right, when we see a set of coins, it looks a little smaller. Don't get confused and think that that's worth 5 cents. The dime is worth 10 cents, and it has this picture on it. Okay, so 10 cents or 0.10, and then it is a dime. All right, the next one we have is the quarter. The quarter looks like this. It is worth 25 cents, right? You guys always have quarters to use at the cafeteria, or maybe you did last year, right? To buy your snacks, ice creams, things like that. So those are worth 25 cents, and that's written 0.25. And we call this a quarter, quarter of a dollar, right? How many quarters does it take to make a dollar? What do you think? Show Miss Acosta in the camera with your fingers. Oh, I gave you guys the answers. Yeah, so it should be 4. 4 quarters make a dollar, right? We see lots of quarters all the time. Okay, and then this last one right here, this one is a different one. We don't usually see this anymore. I actually have a $half. I'll bring it into class for those of you who come into school, and then I'll show y'all tomorrow on Teams a $half coin compared to a quarter. It's a lot bigger. It's a big piece, and it is worth 50 cents, 0.50. I have to find that $half that I have, and that is its name, $half. And its name tells us exactly what it is. It's $half. Okay, so Ms. Acosta, if students need a little bit more time to copy down the names of these coins and their values, if you would want to go ahead and pause the video here and give everyone a chance to catch up. Alrighty, guys, hopefully you got all these notes down. If not, I will be posting the PowerPoints to your teams tomorrow, or if I can, later on this afternoon, okay, if I have access to my computer. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna practice. So I want you guys to go ahead and I want you to draw out these coins in your journal. So underneath where you made your chart, we're gonna go ahead and draw these coins out, and I'm just gonna draw kind of the shape of the coins, okay? So I'm gonna put practice, and then I'm gonna draw out my coins. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and then I have 3 rows of 4. So I'm gonna draw them, and I'm gonna try and draw them about the size that they are on the page. Okay, and I'm gonna show you my picture so you can kind of see what you should be drawing in your journal as well, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of similar. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my journal. So I just kind of drew out the coins with similar in size. If you draw them the same size, that's okay, because we're gonna label them. All right. And then I want you to go ahead and next to it on this part of your page, we're going to write out this chart with the coin, name, the value, how many we have, and then we're going to find our total. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and draw that chart as well so you guys can see it. How you would draw it on your journal, because I know it might be a little hard on how should I copy this into my page. So we're going to put the coin. Okay, and I put the letters of the coins right there for you because instead of writing it all out, we're just going to put the letter P for penny, N for how many nickels we have, D for dimes, Q for quarter. Okay, my next column is going to be value, then how many, and then my total for each one. Okay, so when you draw your chart in your journal, it should look something like this, okay? So we have our coins right here. P for penny, N for nickel, D for dime, Q for quarter, kind of like how it has it right here in the coins. Then the next column is value. Oops, sorry, camera's backwards. Next is how many, and then the last column is the total, okay? So let's go ahead. First, what we're gonna do is we're going to label how much each one of these coins is worth, okay? So let's look at this first coin right here. How much is this worth? Mr. Costa, can you go ahead and pause the video and call on someone and ask them how much is this coin worth, or what this coin is called? All right, so yes, hopefully you said this is called a nickel and it is worth 5 cents. So I'm gonna label that one 5 cents, and I'm gonna go through, and since all the nickels look the same, I'm gonna label them all 5 cents. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how you would do that in your picture. So there's a 5 there, a 5 there, a 5 cent there, a 5 cent there. Okay, so I'm gonna label my picture with all my 5 cents, right? Those are all worth 5 cents. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and look at the next coin. This one's pretty easy. Everyone, show Ms. Acosta in your camera with your fingers how much is this one worth? Yes, right? So this is a penny and it is only worth 1 cent. So you should have showed her the number 1. So we're going to go ahead and label this one 1 cent, and then all the rest of our pennies 1 cent. So I'm going to show you how you're going to do that in your journal page as well. So we have 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, and 1 cent. Okay, there's my coins, all labeled 1 cent. Very good, boys and girls. Y'all are doing great. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next coin. All right, these are the tricky ones. What is this one worth? What is this called? It says it if you can read the picture. All right, yeah, so this one is a dime, right? This one is a dime and this is worth 10 cents. So I'm gonna go ahead and label all of them 10 cents. Oh, I gave away the last answer. So I only have 2 dimes, right? One right here, 10 cents, and one right here, 10 cents. Okay, and the last one, Miss Doubles clicked too fast. Sorry, guys. So the last one is our quarter. So the last 2 coins that you have on your page are worth 25 cents. And we've all seen quarters before. We know how much they're worth. So then your last 2 circles on your page, we're going to fill out 25 cents and 25 cents. Right here. Oops. Sorry. Right here. And right there. Okay. So there's all my coins labeled up. Now we're going to move on to our chart over here. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, my value, I can write those in. So where it says value on your chart, right there, the second column, we can go ahead and write how much it's worth. So how much is a penny worth? And that's already given to you right there. So you can just copy it down. 1 cent, 5 cents, 10 cents for a dime, and 25 cents for a quarter. Okay, so we would just put it in exactly like it looks in that picture. So now let's go ahead and count up how many of each coin do we have. So how many is in each picture? Miss Acosta, if you can go ahead and call on a student to tell us how many pennies do we have. If you need to pause the video, that's okay too. All right, so pennies, we should have 4 pennies. All right, go ahead and call on someone for nickels. You can pause the video. All right, perfect. So we should have 3 nickels, right? 1, 2, 3. Pennies, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's move on to dimes. Remember, dimes are our littlest coin. How many do we have of those on the page? Show Miss Acosta in the camera with your finger or fingers. Yes, we have 2 dimes. 1, 2. Now show her with your fingers again. How many quarters do we have on the page? Show her with your fingers. What do you think? How many are there? Good job, guys. So you should have 2. All right, so now this is going to take a little bit of work, okay? We're going to find out what the total is, how many cents we got for each coins. So a penny is worth 1 cent for each coin, right? So if we have 4, that means we're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So the total cost, or the total value of our pennies on this page, is just 4 cents. Okay? So you can go ahead and write down how many you have on each. So you have 4, 3, 2, and 2. And this one is worth 4 cents. And I forgot to put the cent sign in there. So you can write it down like this on your table. 4 cents. All right. Now we have to think about the nickels. So I know that nickels are worth 5 cents each, right? So if I have 3 nickels, that means I can count by 5s. So everyone, let's go ahead and count by 5s our nickels, right? We have 3 of them. So let's go ahead and count together. Keep your mics on mute, guys, and let's just count it out loud at your house. And those of you in class, you should be counting out loud with us. So ready? 5, 10, 15. Perfect. So how much is our total of what nickels we have? We have 15. So that is 15 cents. And remember to put your cent sign like we did like I'm doing right here on my journal page. Okay, I forgot to put the cent sign in when I was typing. All right, next we're going to do the dimes and then the quarters. So dimes are worth 10 cents each, so that means that I can skip count by tens. So if I only have 2 dimes, let's go ahead and do it again together, and let's skip count for the dimes. Everyone ready? Keep your mics on mute if you're at home, okay? It's going to be really loud if not. Okay, 10, 20. 20 cents is what the dimes are worth. So there's my 20, and I will write down in my chart 20 cents. Perfect. Last but not least is my quarters. And my quarters are worth 25 cents each. This might be a little harder to skip count by 25, but we're really familiar with quarters, right? When we have 1 quarter, it's 25 cents. And then if we want to buy something, right, like from the snack bar, we have to have 2 quarters usually because that's how much? 50 cents. Very good. And I know we have two quarters, so I'm going to stop there. But if we had 3 quarters, how much would we have? Correct. We would have 75 cents. And if we have 4 quarters, right, we know 4 quarters makes $1. All right, very good, guys. So for the quarters, we're going to go ahead and type in write in your chart 50 cents. Okay, so now that I have all these numbers added up, or all these totals, right, of my pennies, my nickels, my dimes, and my quarters, but I want to find the total of everything I have here. So to do that, I'm going to need to add together all those numbers. So I'm going to start by adding my bigger numbers. I'm going to add my 50 cents plus my 20 cents. So let's go ahead and do this part together. 50 plus 20 gives us what? All right, hopefully you got the answer to this one. So this should be 70 cents, right? So we have 70. And I added together my quarters. So I'm going to check off my quarters and check off my dimes because I added those two, quarters and dimes. 50 cents plus 20 cents gives me 70. Now I'm going to add my nickels. My nickels added up to 15 cents. So now I'm going to add on the 15 cents. Okay, so I'm just continuing adding on to my total because remember I had 15 cents right here. And I'm going to go ahead and add it on. So 0 plus 5 gives me 5. And 7 plus 1 gives me 85. And that was me adding up my nickels. So I checked off my nickels and I got my total right there of 85 cents. Am I done? No, right? I'm not done. I forgot my pennies. I need to add in my 4 pennies. So I'm going to go ahead and add 4 more my 4 pennies to my 85 cents. I'll check it off. And then I'm going to add together. What's 5 plus 4, boys and girls? 9. Very good. And then I don't have anything to add here. So I get 85 plus 4, right, gives me 89 because 5 plus 4 gives me 9 and 8 plus nothing gives me 8. So how much in total is this? 89 cents. Very good. So our total is 89 cents, or we can write it 0.89. All right, you can see it both ways, or we can also see it like we wrote in our chart. Okay, I can also see it like this, 89 with the cent symbol next to it. All right, very good, boys and girls. I hope that this was helpful for y'all and you now kind of understand how to count and add up coins together. The best way to do it is to skip count, right? Show me how many pennies you have, skip count, and get your total. This one's easy because you're counting by ones. Nickels, you're counting by fives to get your total. Dimes, you're counting by tens. And then quarters are a little different, but we are more familiar with quarters, right? And we can remember 1 quarter is 25 cents, 2 is 50, 3 is 75, 4 is $1. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to go ahead and go on to the next one. All right, so it's y'all's turn to try. So here is another set. Oh no, I gave you the answer. Let me cover it up. Okay, so you guys can try this one. Hopefully you didn't see it. So go ahead and try this question out and see what you get as your total. Remember, you need to label the coins before you count them up. All right, Ms. Acosta, if you could go ahead and pause the video right here, give the students a little bit of time. When you finish, all right, when you finish, I want you to have your answer on a paper. And then when Ms. Acosta lets y'all know, about 5 minutes, I think you can do it a little faster. We'll give you guys about 3 minutes. Ms. Acosta, if you can pause the video. And then when she tells you to show your answer, go ahead and show your answer. Hopefully I covered it up quick enough so you guys can count the coins. All right. Okay, hopefully you guys got the answer now. I'm sad that it showed before, but you should have gotten 84 cents, right? These two make 50 here. Then you have 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84 cents. All right, guys. Very good job. I hope you guys are having fun counting some of these coins. And we're going to continue doing that today in our seesaw lessons. I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next slide and show you guys how your assignments will look in seesaw. You'll have a pre-assessment today. There's a very short video to watch. He just reviews the coins and dollar bills again. And then you'll have 2 questions to go over. Okay? All right. So this is one of the questions. Sorry. So this is what the activity will look like. It'll say 9/28 math Monday. All right. This is the video you're going to watch. It's on this slide right here. And then this is the second question, actually, boys and girls. You'll count up the value of the coins like we were doing right now. And then the other page, sorry. Oops. This other page right here, this is page 2. I don't know why this one came in front of it. This one has a word problem on here. Okay, make sure that you guys are solving and you're using your strategies to read through this question and look at it carefully and see what it's asking you to do. Okay, this problem is 2 steps. So you might need to do one thing first with the Monday and Tuesday pages, and then you'll do a second step for these pages. Okay, we'll see how well you guys do on this. I'll probably post small group if you are struggling on it tomorrow with this first question. And then the second question, you guys should be pretty familiar with the coins. Okay. Your second seesaw activity, so this is if you finish up this one and you get done with it pretty quick. I want you guys to work on this extra practice of counting coins. Okay, this is what it'll look like in Seesaw. It says extra math practice, counting coins. I have the directions right here for you guys. So when you finish the pre-assessment, so work on that one first, the one that I just showed you. And then you're going to not take this one out, but open this one up and follow these instructions. So just like we did before, how we did in class, we labeled all the coins with its value. I want you to do that on here. Okay, you can use your text tool or your drawing tools to label. Then on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to show your work just like we did today, adding up the totals. So see this part right here where we added up the value of our coins? I want you to show me this on notebook paper, okay? And you're going to post it on the second slide. So I'll show you how that will look. So when you open it up, this is going to be page 1. So you have 4 sets of coins that you'll need to count. You'll use your draw tool and you'll label each one. So you can draw over this one, right? This is a nickel, so we would put a 5 over it. This one's a dime, we would put a 10 over it, okay? You're going to label all the coins first, and then in your notebook, you will write down all of your totals like this, right? So if you have, you'll count up how many dimes you have, you'll count up how many nickels, how many pennies you have, you'll write out your totals, and then you'll add them up together, okay? And that will be done in your journals. And just make sure when you're doing this, you're labeling which number it goes along with. So number 1, you're doing all the work in one section of your journal. Maybe draw a line through half of the page and do number 2 on the bottom. Then flip over on the back side, do number 3 on the top, and number 4 on the bottom. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your work. And then on slide 2, right here, if you click on slide number 2, it has a place for you to post your journal pages. Okay, and it just says post pictures of your journal here. That's what that little purple bar is right there, if you can see it. All right, so that is what you guys are going to be doing today for math activities. Try your very best on them. If you're not understanding, go back and watch his video in the beginning that explains it. Take a look at your notes, okay, that we just took. If anyone is still confused, let Miss Acosta know right now so she can rewind the YouTube video and you guys can see how we added up the coins. But I think we should be okay. All right, guys. So right now what you're going to do when you log off, all right, what are you going to do next? You're going to start working on your post-assessment video, okay, our video activity. So the one that we just looked at with the orange slides, you'll do the 2-step problem and then you'll do the coins. When you get done with that, you'll move on to this activity here that you see, okay, the extra practice. After you're done with this, everyone in class will go on their lunch break. Y'all at home, you can go on your lunch break. When you come back from lunch, all right, you guys are going to continue working on your seesaw. If you're not done with math, you will finish up math. If you are, you'll move on to that social studies assignment that we looked at earlier this morning. Okay? And then everyone that is at home, remember, you'll need to log back on to this same meeting, the one that says morning meeting with lowercase letters. You're going to need to join that meeting back at 2:45 on your calendar. Okay? That will be our SEL time. Ms. Acosta will go through the SEL lesson with you guys, and then we will be done for the day. Okay? You guys make sure that you are working hard today. You're doing your very best. You're trying your best. And you are on your best behavior with Ms. Acosta. If she gives me a good report, I'll have a surprise for some of y'all that are in class. And those of you that are out of class, I'll see what I can do for you. Okay? All right, guys. So have a very good day. Good luck with your assignments. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay, bye.